to my channel. I figure this time I'd mix it up, and instead of providing another 7 steps to do this or that, I would just do a tutorial on Mailchimp. As you already know, my background is in web design and email design, and Mailchimp happens to be one of the platforms that I've used for the past 6 years. And the idea is to create this template using the Mailchimp editor as opposed to a custom HTML template. So when you hand it over to the client, they're able to add more elements that are already included in the Mailchimp editor. So here we go. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, subscribe. All right. Okay, so the idea is to build a template using the Mailchimp editor, which is sometimes limiting depending on how customized you want the look to be. But in this particular tutorial, the idea is to use the editor all the way and come up with something that is aesthetically pleasing. So let's go ahead. I created the template already, so you can see it here. And we're going to go through the steps on creating this. This is the pre-header, header with a background image, and a call to action. These are 2 sections that have 2 columns each. And this is a section with a hero image and another call to action button with all the social media here at the bottom and the logo again. So let's begin. Let's get out of here. And we're going to create a template, and you want to use the layout, the pre-built layouts provided by Mailchimp. So let's go ahead and use this one, the 1 column full width, and I'm gonna not the 1 to 2 column, and I'm gonna explain why. Okay, let's select it. All right, and I already have all the images, the assets are already in the back end. I have all the colors and the text, and if you want to do an email fairly quick, I recommend that you prototype it first, sketch it, and realize what the content is going to be, what colors you're going to use, and the images that you're going to use. So when you come here, you know what you're going to do. You're just going to execute it. It's going to take a lot less time when you collect all your assets first and all the text, and everything's ready to go. So let's start here. Let's start with the colors, the pre-header. I want to change the color to this. It's a light gray. So we're going to add it here. And the text, I want it to be white, but I also want the links to be white. Okay, save that. And I would recommend to leave this because when you open these emails, especially in Microsoft Outlook version 2007 until now, the header background image that we're going to use here is not going to display. So you want to leave this note in case something does not display properly and you can see it on your browser. And now we're going to go to the header, and this is when where we're going to use the background image that I mentioned. And so we go here. That background image is here already, and the size of this image is 1385 by 945. I'll probably add it to the screen here as a caption, but it's 1385 by 945. I already created it in Photoshop and downloaded it from Envato Elements. So let's insert it. And at the moment it doesn't look like much because you don't have any content in the header. And you want a fallback color because of the issue that I mentioned with Microsoft Outlook not displaying the background image. So I'll go back to colors here, and the header fallback color is that. So I'm going to add it here. And now it's there. And I want to add some padding at the top and also at the bottom. 20 pixels at the top, 20 pixels at the bottom. Save. And I want to add the logo, which I already have here. Insert. And the link, that's going to be https onerohodesign.com. And that's checked. Okay, perfect. And the alternative text is One Rojo Design. All right, now that that's done, let's start adding content. So you want to add this line here, and that's going to be H1 style text align center. I prefer to do it this way than using the these options here. And I'll explain why. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. H1 style text align center. And let's go back to the text. I already had it there, but just so you see the process. And right now it's black, so I need to go to design, page, and change the color here. Heading 1, I want it to be white. And let's make this a little bit bigger. Point size. Save it. Content. Go here. Again, I want this to be white and also center. So text align center, and color. Okay, and that's color white. All right. Now look at the content. And that's what's going to go there. All right. And the reason why I add the color here is because if I don't, it would have been black as well. So if you go to page, you see the headings. Sorry, that would be body. So the body text is black. So if I want to make this particular set of text just white, I need to add the styling, the CSS style as part of the text there. So that's why I added it here. Text align center, color white. All right, the next step is to add the button. And I want to say here, read more, and that's going to go to an article that I created on my blog. Okay, advanced options. By default, I think it's always checked as opening a new window. But I want to change the color of this button, so it also applies to the links that I'm going to add later on. But we're going to change it. Read more. All right. So far it's looking pretty decent. So now I want to add another block of text. But before I do that, probably add a separator because that's too close to the header. And I want to make this 10, 10, and none. So that way I don't see a line, it's just a spacing. And let's go back to the text here. And I want to make this a block of text but with 2 columns. And the reason for that is that I can add an image here and text here. You can also select a template that has the 2 columns built in already, but the problem that I found with that type of template is that it's really hard to add content below those sections. So I just resorted to this kind of hack, if you will. And here, column 1, I'm going to add an image, which I already have here as well. Insert it, and I'm going to tell it to, I'm going to add a link to it, sorry, and copy and paste. And here you do have to select the open in a new window check mark. So that's that. I also want to make sure that this image, when you view it on mobile, is center. So right now, if I just click here, it will center it while it's selected. And column 2, I already had in mind the text that I was going to use. There you go. So it's an H2, and that one I didn't have to change the settings in the design panel. That's how H2 looks. Otherwise, I would have used a specific CSS style in here. And then you have the text, and created 2 breaks to create that spacing. And again, I added styling to the URL and added another link. So that's one section. And let's create another one. Oh, one thing that you'll see here is that the color, the background color of the image is different from the background of the page. So I'm going to change that as well. And that's the body. So I'm going to change the body background color here. There you go. And now it matches. And I'll have time to change that later. So let's save it. And let's go back to content. Again, I want 2 columns. And the content is going to be, I'm going to switch it up. This time on the left column, I'm going to use text. All right, there's the text. And for column 2, I'm going to use an image. Again, that image is there already. I wanted to go to this link as well. And there it is. And make sure you center it as well while it's selected. There. All right. So now I want to change this title to this. All right. And I want to make sure. Oops. All right. So I got my title. It's center. Oh, and this needs to be H2, not H1. And add the content. All right. And I don't need any of this because I am going to use an image down below it. And the image goes right there. And there's this image. Insert link. Insert and save. And I also want to add a button over here. Again, same color. All right, so that's that. And we're gonna call it I want unlimited downloads. And again, this link. Save and close. And I'm gonna add another divider here. It's gonna be 10, 10, and nothing. Right. Okay. We're almost there. If you want to see what it looks like so far, go to desktop, view it in mobile. It doesn't look too bad. All right. One thing that you don't need for mobile is the pre-header, because if you're opening on, especially on iOS or even a Google phone or Android, sorry, an Android device, you don't need the header because they don't. You won't have the same issue as you would have with Microsoft Outlook desktop. So go to, again, mobile styles, and go down to pre-header visibility and say hide, save. We go to preview again, and if you go to mobile, it's all above the fold now. All the content, the title for your article, a little bit of a brief overview of the content, and then the button, and then the rest comes down here. But all the main information is right there when you first open your email. So let's close it again, and let's just do the finishing touches here. This, I'm gonna say that it stays, it has no color, so save that. And the footer, I want the background to be a different color to match my website. So footer background is that. There you go. The text is this. No. Footer text is this. And I want the links to be white. Save. Perfect. And I also want to add another logo at the bottom. Insert link. Design.com. Insert Monroe Design. Update. Save and close. And I want to update this social media links. Twitter. Also have YouTube. There it is. Add another service. And I also have LinkedIn. And the last one is Instagram. All right. But I want it to be like this. Perfect. And it's not necessary to add the links now. So this is just so you see how it looks. And there's the template. Let's see it again. And mobile. Perfect. All right. I hope you find this video helpful in creating a Mailchimp template using the Mailchimp built-in editor, which is fairly easy to use. You just need to play with it a little bit more. And ever since they introduced a background image for the header, you can create some interesting content. So Again, if you like this video, just hit the like button, and for more content, make sure you subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you at the next video.